A rabbit hole is defined as a bizarre, confusing, nonsensical situation or environment, typically one in which it is difficult to extricate oneself. Well, I'm in one and I can't get out. I fucked up. For the last 3, 4, 5 months, I've completely lost count. But for the last several months, I have been digging deeper and deeper into this hole of AI art technology that has been developing faster than I can keep up. From the multiple platforms, UIs, what works best with my moderate GPU and CPUs, checkpoints, LoRa's, textual inversions, etc., etc. There's a lot. Now, if you're used to using the mobile apps like Lenza and Remini, this process is highly simplified to the point where all you have to do is put in a reference image and bam. You have cloud computing creating all these various iterations of what you want. It just works, right? But what I'm referring to is a process that is similar to this, but it's hyped up on every upper that you can think of. Fake AI-generated images have been a very hot topic these days, but little known fact, this actually happened for quite a while. Ever since TikTok and Snapchat really started implementing their filters that beautify their subjects or add crazy or whimsical effects, and yes, this too is AI. But these photorealistic AI images, like the Pope's latest drip, probably reached far and wide into the world because of how convincing they are. And IAmZiyah posted these photos and challenged viewers to figure out which ones were artificially generated and which ones were real. And what's even more interesting are these Pixar-style images going about. And what's even crazy, some people made images that look like screen grabs from a movie about the Taliban as if it was made by Pixar. And I'm pretty sure you can guess that, unsurprisingly, videos are not far behind. We were already in the midst of this AI art craze with the advent of Midjourney and their use of Discord to create these amazing works of art, all from a text prompt. This gave the average person who had the idea, but not the skill, to create something truly spectacular. On November 20th, 2022, a small AI research company called OpenAI launched ChatGTP. And this really opened up the minds of those who were skeptical. And soon later, Midjourney launched their next product, which is known as DALL-E. Unbeknownst to them, a man named Iman Monstock, I have a feeling I'm butchering his name, I believe it's Monstock, has founded a little project called Stable AI. This company will go on to partner with Amazon, granting them access to the world's largest supercomputer. Now, this is something I massively drooled over when I read this, but it's called the Ezra 1 Ultra Cluster, which, as of writing this script, houses a mind-breaking 4,000 NVIDIA A100 chipsets, which would retail for a whopping $40 million. Just process that with me real quick. A computer costing $40 million. What does this mean for us artists? Is the playing field changing? Will AI replace us? Well, the short answer is no. At least not anytime soon. Even with the recent release with Stability AI's SDXL platform, AI still has a long way to go before it can match the quality, density, and visual integrity of the work produced by human artists. There is this thing called Moore's Law. And if I'm incorrect in this, guys, please let me know down in the description. But this is the law in which predicts the natural progression of technology. As technology gets better, our devices have more and more transistors, which means they become stronger and better at what they do. Will AI get to a point where it can practically be indistinguishable from the real thing? Even to the most discerning eye? Well, that answer is ultimately yes.
We're happy now to try and take this forward, and I'll give you some examples of the types of things that you can do. It's hit photorealism, or at least it's approaching that. These people do not exist. This content does not exist. These were created in 2 seconds on G5s. These interiors do not exist, but they do now, just from a few words of description.
I was actually tagged as a recommendation on a post on Facebook where somebody was asking for headshots. As I scrolled down to thank the person who tagged me and to reinforce their recommendation, obviously, I came across somebody in the comments who just said, use AI. Using AI to generate, and I had to put this in here because I feel like it's something that I need to say, but using AI to generate a professional headshot is highly not recommended. Though it is fun to play around with, it does not hold up well to the real thing. Side by side, it just does not hold up well. As of writing this video, photos must remain in a low resolution because when they scale to the size of actual photos, they tend to lose a lot of fidelity, they lose a lot of their density, and they don't hold up as well. This is fine if you're looking at them on your phone because the screen of the phone is extremely small, so you're not able to really see a lot of those details. And honestly, most people don't pay attention to them when they're just scrolling and looking on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. They're just seeing it, oh cool, liking, and keep going. They're not analyzing the picture. This is going to be different if you're doing a job interview, a casting, or anything that's important that's going to be based on your look. People are going to look at this image, and if they see that you've used AI to create it, you're probably going to get looked over immediately. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to do this because you're not portraying yourself honestly. I was supposed to release part 3 to my AI and photography video, but I got so overwhelmed with the advancements in Stable Diffusion that I completely sidelined it. For some reason, I just could not bring myself to make it while I was still learning so much about the intricacies of creating AI art. Things just kept changing and getting better and better, better and better and better. And it just goes on. It doesn't stop. But you get the point. It's even got to a point where it's starting to threaten the OnlyFans market, which a lot of us saw coming a mile away.
A crafty influencer is making bank, apparently, making a lot of money through AI technology. So Karen AI is a voice-based chat box that bills itself as a virtual girlfriend with a voice and personality close enough to that of human Marjorie that people are willing to pay $1 per minute for a relationship with the bot. So though Karen AI has only been charging users for a week in beta testing, it's already generated $71,610 in revenue from her 99% male partners, and that's according to an income statement Marjorie's business manager shared with Fortune. So it's real. This is not made up.
So she's gonna make more than $250,000 this month.
But anyone who has played Second Life or IAmZiyah could have predicted this outcome, as this has been a thing in those communities since 2007. The only difference is there are real people behind those avatars, not a chatbot. Yet. Please understand, AI, as it's used now, it's just a marketing word. It's a buzz term, like smart was. And AI has been around almost 30 years and has always been accessible on the open market. We use it every day, from the aforementioned TikTok filters to the apps on our phone to social media algorithms, predictive ad placements, any form of smart technology. It's even rooted in some of the fundamental operations of the vehicles we drive. We just never saw it, used it as it's used now. Nothing's really changed. It's just a new way of applying what was already there. As with all the tools though, especially the new ones, people push the envelope. They always do. Legislation and new laws for AI have always been mentioned, but we have to realize that these are the same people who do not even fully comprehend the internet or data encryption. Therefore, expecting lawmakers to step in and save the day is completely unrealistic. These are the same individuals who are still working out how to regulate cryptocurrency. There have been some advancements in copyright law when it does come to AI. Currently, it's set up to where if it was made by AI and all the artist did was type in a prompt, it's automatically considered public domain because it is not something that's considered copyrightable, absent of any guiding of a human hand. And copyright law only protects the work of human creators. But this begs the question, if human authorship is the bedrock of what is considered copyrightable, does tools like ControlNet make AI copyrightable? For those who don't know, ControlNet is a tool in Stable Diffusion that allows creators to have a much tighter control on the works they make, from posing to outlines to it gives more creative freedom to the artist, from lighting positions to avatar posing to light position to facial and edge construction and much more. So what then? What if a photographer uses those tools, even based their entire AI work off a photo that they took, composited in Photoshop, and ran through Stable Diffusion with a prompt describing exactly what they made in Photoshop? Is it still public domain? In this case though, it's arguable. And personally, I would say no, as it was originally made by a human hand, based was created by human authorship. So when it comes to that particular argument, where do you stand on that issue? Now, so after being in this rabbit hole for so long, it's about time I climbed out and got back to my regular scheduled program and creating the steady stream of content that I was doing before all this happened. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you stayed to the end, thank you. If you got any valuable information, please let me know down below. Drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know you enjoyed the video. And until next time, guys, peace. Ah.